Hello, hello, hello. I am on my lawn. I hope the neighbors don't see me like this. So, feel a little bit awkward because they can see me from one of their windows. So, I have to hide behind the tree somehow. Okay, yes, this is better. This is better like this. But the sun is bright. I have to get a little bit out of the sun. What is this here? A nest? Looks like. No, I don't think so. I gotta go further down. I hope the other neighbors can't see me. Alright, this is better, I guess. And there are two deer, Bambi deer girls out there. And I will film them when they come back around the corner. So that's very nice that they trust me. And one of them made pee-pee, just like a dog, like a girl dog. And I said, that is nice of you, that you trust me to make pee-pee in front of me like this. That is very nice. So, I want to talk a little. I'm in my shorts and my summer outfit. These shorts, they match my bikini top. This is very nice. Same color. Like a dark brown. It's very nice. So, I don't know. The light is weird. So, and I have to be careful with my skin. I get sunburned very easily. And you can see there are some rhododendron flowers coming out. Yay! That's awesome. That is so nice. Like this. Okay, this is better. Okay. So I really wanted to make a dancing video, but I don't know. My ankle is still swollen. This one here. That one here you can see is swollen. Because I overstretched the fibularis outer bands. But I can walk normally now. We went for a hike at the beach yesterday. And it was nice. It was very windy, but it was nice. And my foot wasn't hurting. So, but I still want to. I don't want to overstretch my foot. I have to do my hula hoop exercises. I have to remember to do them. I haven't been doing them recently. So also on the trip, it's kind of hard to make hula hoop exercises. People will always look when someone will do that. I mean, you can do all kinds of things. You can jump up and down, but if you move your hips, that's always, I guess that always triggers some other areas in the brain, I guess. So, but anyway, I want to talk about psychology and what I observe. And yesterday I was feeling pretty trapped, I felt like, okay, so I felt like I'm gonna be trapped here forever. That's how it felt yesterday. But those are feelings, those are emotions, and those are old feelings also. And someone turns the lawnmower on now. Okay. But I guess the camera does not pick up those kind of external, like far away type of sounds. So it picks up more the close-up sounds, which is great. This is already good technology in that regard. So psychology, and my observations on the internet, I don't get to observe many people in person. I hear some men talk on the other side of the street, and I hear that through my window. And they often have this, like a sort of like a, I don't know, kind of like a deep voice laugh. And I don't know what they're constantly laughing about. There's an insect that went right onto the monitor, but it left now. So it's nice to be out here. And so I have to remember to do the hula hoop exercise. It's very, very important that I do this. I'm getting more grounded now because it's getting warm and I can be out here with my whole body touching the grass, which feels really, really great. And so, yeah, I don't get to see very many people, don't get to observe too many people. The only thing that I can observe in person is men laughing a lot with a deep voice, and a lot of men calling for their dogs in despair. That's happening here all the time. They don't use leash and harness. The dog runs free. Then the dog will run into someone else's garden. This happened here too. The German Shepherd down the street picked up a boy dog friend on the way, and they both came over here to see Kenny. And Kenny was all excited, but he was in the house. We didn't let them together with the other dogs. Kenny had been bitten before, and so Paul just tried to find the people who have those dogs. The one woman was coming over, and she picked up, and one guy came over, and they picked up their dogs. And they weren't nice to us at all, like it was our fault or something. So these people, they don't put their dogs on harnesses and leashes. And there are really good leashes that you can get, retractable leashes that are like 10 feet or so long, that retract out and that retract back in with a spring. It has a case like this, which with a handle on it, and you have to be careful, hold on to this, don't let go, because then it might snap out and might hit the dog or someone on the leg. So we have to be careful with those, but those are very practical, and you can walk your dog with those on a chest harness. I recommend chest harness, it's very important. And never let your dog run loose, because they might get into a fight with another dog, and this happened way too often already. So, or they run into someone else's garden and they spread cigarette particles from their dysfunctional caregivers, and that's not very nice. Particularly dog running right there by the cedar trees where I lie down, and then the guy comes over and I can already smell the cigarette like 100 feet away. And I'm like, okay, cigarette particles on the lawn, whatever. So, but I want to dissolve my mental illness. This is definitely mental illness. It's OCD, it's avoidance. I can never date a man who smokes or drinks alcohol or takes drugs or eats mammal meat. Cows, pigs, dogs, cats, raccoons, kangaroos and wombats and so on. Those are all mammals. Okay, so I could never ever kiss a man who does these kind of things. Sorry, I have to say that right up front. So yeah, but it's extremely difficult to find one who doesn't do these things. Extremely difficult. But then that's how it has to be. Yeah, it is difficult then. So, but I can still wish for something. I wished for this house and this property. This is my dream house, my dream property, even though it has issues. If it didn't have issues, then it would have been $2 million. And because it had severe issues, we got it for $200,000. So, and that's what I wished. That's exactly, by the way, that is exactly what I wished for. And the same goes for a man. The man doesn't have to be a Louis House or Vin Diesel. But you know what? Careful, Vin Diesel smokes. So Vin Diesel wouldn't work out either, because he smokes. So I'm really serious. It would not. I could not. I do social distancing. I do not want that cigarette breath near me. Sorry. One time we were out there in Mammoth Lakes at a wild hot springs. I talked about this before in one of my videos, and that was before Vin Diesel was famous. And suddenly there was a couple and a single guy, and that single guy looked exactly identical like Vin Diesel. And yeah, he still had a little bit hair. No, he doesn't have hair anymore. I think it was him, because that is exactly how Vin Diesel looks like. I'm not into action films, but a Vin Diesel clone came to me on Facebook. There's many of those, long time ago. And that's when I recognized that guy. And I was like, oh, that guy became famous. I can't believe it. But I was in this hot springs pool, and I didn't want to get out, and these people wanted to come in. And the Vin Diesel guy was smoking, and I said, no, I'm so... And oh no, he asked me, is it okay if I smoke? I said, I am so sorry, but absolutely not. And he said, okay, I'm just asking. And then they got in naked, all of us. We were all naked. Oh my gosh. I almost fainted. I really almost fainted. Because he was looking at me, and I was like, my face was red like a lobster. I couldn't even talk. Oh my gosh. And then there was Paul. And he made sure that the other people saw him. And Paul was constantly flagging out the window of the motorhome, we have to go now. And I felt like saying, Vin Diesel, I didn't know the name, I just want to go home with you. Can I do that? But I didn't have the nerve to say that, and I didn't want to abandon Paul. And it's those moments, where I feel like, my God. It's like when you're this close to a mirage, and it's not even a mirage, and then you have to, because of your political correctness, social correctness, you have to say, no, I have to go now. And I completely go against my will. And what I really wanted, what my body wanted, is, I'm going with you tonight. Wherever you're going, I'm going with you. I'm your pet now. That's what and regardless of the the cigarette package in his pocket and all of it. That would have been a problem, though. I would have been protesting against it. That would have been a serious problem, and it would have collided with my OCD. And then I wouldn't know what really, but my body always wins with those kind of things. So, but, as a general, that's my general request is no smoking, no drugs, no alcohol, and no mammal meat. So those are my 4 ground rules of life. Okay, very important. And also, of course, then I have psychological ground rules as well. You can't be a psycho. You can't be constantly like snapping at the drop of a hat. So that's not gonna work. I require talking. So if something bothers a person, talk about it. Particularly talk to the person who bothers you about it. But that's what most people don't do because of pride. They have pride issues. So, and that's what stands in the way in society is, what makes communication so incredibly difficult are those psychological problems, the pride problems and the shame and all of these kind of things that makes it very difficult. And yes, my brain is full of OCD stuff and avoidance and mental illness, and it's very difficult, very, very difficult. And then I feel like I need to do a mantra or something, but then I'm like, oh, but I'm making a video right now, so I can't do that. So it's all, yesterday was particularly bad with the anxiety and all of this. But then we got to see Mike, and so that was nice to see Mike again out there by Fred Meyer. And he's still there, he's still doing well with his 2 Maltese dogs, and they're still doing well. So that was very nice to see them, and it was nice to see Paul socialize with someone other than me. So, and I let Paul talk to Mike out there for a while, for an hour or so, while I was doing my emails and messages. And he wasn't looking over my shoulder, so that was nice, while I was talking to a catfisher on Facebook. Wasted my time with the catfisher on Facebook. Hello, my girl, there's my girl. There's my girl. There's my girl, yes. There is my girl. There is some beautiful, beautiful girl. My girl is my girl. Hi, my girl. Oh, come to me, baby. It's so nice to see deer in the garden. Wonderful. The blue god is there. Such a bright blue. Wonderful. I'm so infinitely grateful for everything. So, and I practice that gratitude every day. And when I suffer with my mental illness, I just cry. I cry it out. It feels at times, like this will never end. And the prison will never end. And being with the wrong man will never end. That's how it feels like. But I know that it will, everything moves and churns and everything proliferates, and so things are moving forward, you know. Every tear that I cry is a move forward, really. That's what it is. Every anger outburst into my pillow is a move forward. Baby, come to me. They're behind the cedar tree now. It's so nice. I wish they would come over and let me pet them. Maybe it's my girl. Yes, that is my girl. Look at that beautiful girl. Look at that beautiful girl. Yes, look at you. Look at you, beauty. Look at you, beauty. Look at you, beauty. Yes. She's making a big circle because she doesn't know. Yes, I love you. I love you. Yes, I do. I love you, my moo. I love you. I love you infinitely much. The other one. Hi, my beautiful girls. My beautiful girls. My beauties. Hello, hello. Come to me. Let me pet you. Yes, I want to pet you. I want to petty petty. You petty petty. Yes, and there are birds out there on the grass picking insects. Good, come to me. Come to me, my love. Come, my beautiful. That's nice. That's nice. And when I'm lying on the grass, they trust me more. They know that I am not dangerous, but they're still too afraid to come really close. So they don't know what I might do. I might be a mountain lion or a dog or a cat. Well, I'm a human, that's scary enough. Yes, I love you, my beautiful, beautiful. Yes, you can stay here, baby. That's nice. So, yeah, and there's another thing I want to talk about, and that is Jamazing Jason. Okay, and the people in the chat room know him. And there are two Jasons. One is Yas Rock. He is my friend, and he's very, very nice and loving. And then there is Jamazing Jason. And he has different accounts and behaves differently according to the account that he is on. So and he comes to my channel and he says frisky things under a different name. Under the name Nikki Daisy Dandelion was my photo. And then it shifted over to Jamazing. Whatever. Jamazing is doing something. His wife is cheating on him. He's neglecting his daughter. Those kind of titles of video, of YouTube channels. So, and those are the same comments, and then the title changed to Jamazing. Jamazing's wife is doing some other dude on Facebook, and Jamazing is neglecting his daughter. So first of all, don't neglect your daughter, okay? If you have a daughter, particularly if she's under 18, if she's a child, if she's like 10 or even teenager, don't neglect your daughter, your children. you know. You have to be there for your children. You put those children into the world. Now that's your responsibility. You have to be there for them. And you can't be an alcoholic, okay? It doesn't work that way. You have to completely sober up. You need to do a total detox. I told you already, you know, in the chat room many times. Don't take offense to that. So I told everyone in the chat room. I mean, I think almost every man in the chat room is an alcoholic. That's what I think. Yeah. That's what it looks like. So some more and some less, but I think they all drink a 6-pack per day. That's already, you know, that's already toxic. I mean, there are physicians out there and nutritionists on the internet. You can watch them, Dr. Grieger and Dr. Gary Null and Dr. Richard Scholz, Dr. Michael Grieger, I think, and then Dr. Andrew Jones, veterinarian. Those are all holistic, okay? Holistic veterinarian and holistic physicians, real physicians, MDs, and they said no amount of alcohol is safe. Not even a teaspoon, not even a drop, okay? Alcohol is toxic for your brain and for your body, okay? It kills brain cells. It's not good. It's not good for you, okay? It kills ants. I mean, if it does that, then, I mean, it's definitely not good for your body, for your cells. Don't put any amount of alcohol in your bodies. Very important. And particularly not when you are the custodian, when you are the caregiver of a pet, an animal, or a child, okay? Or anyone, any being. Don't poison yourself when you have a situation where you are the caregiver, where you have responsibilities, okay, to be there for someone else. Or if you handle like sensitive electronics, medical equipment or something, you know, like heart laser surgery equipment and stuff like this. Or if you are an airline pilot, or if you are a gasoline truck delivery person. I mean, you don't want to be an alcoholic, okay, and then make mistakes. And these things happened, you know. People have died because alcoholics that were in such positions of responsibility have made mistakes in their jobs, okay. They didn't tighten the bolts on airplanes. They didn't put enough fuel into the tank, whatever. They loosened up the brakes. Yeah, there's the guys out there laughing with the deep voice again. So, yeah, you have a responsibility, you know. So, and then, I mean, it's okay if you come to my channel and play a little bit with me, you know. That's all cool. You seem like a cute guy, you know. So I don't really know if those are your photos, but from what I've seen, the recent one particularly, pretty hot. But the behavior, your behavior, you know, I don't know whether you're, because you don't know what to do, because you have a girlfriend. You obviously have a girlfriend and a daughter with her, and then you figure you're gonna twist things in your head and you're gonna accuse her of cheating on you. Then that justifies you coming to my channel and saying frisky stuff. But then you don't really know what you really want. Maybe you want 10 women. You want my girlfriends too, right? You want me and my girlfriends. That's a better deal. You know, like, you want them all. You want your girlfriend, you want me, and you want Sandy too. You want all of us in bed with you. Although I love Sandy deeply, and I would share Elon Musk with her. That I already told her that. Because we just love Elon Musk so much, you know, on every level, that I would use that as my opportunity to go into my primal scream if I hear them doing it, you know. So in the other room, I'll go into my primal scream. But in general, as a general rule, no, I don't share a man with another woman. I already told Pat about that. Pat already came up to me and saying he has some kind of woman or something, and he wants to share her with me. It's like, dude, I am a straight woman. I am a real girly woman, okay? Totally straight. I'm not interested in women in some kinky way, okay? So only in a friendship way, you know. I am like I'm there for the dog or the cat or the horse, you know. I give them a hug. I'm there for them as friends, not in a frisky way, not in a sexual way. So, and that would bother me. Yes, it would bother me. I would be very... Sandy is a hot, hot woman. I would be very, very jealous if I was with Jamazing Jason and Sandy would come in and he would take her into the bedroom and leave me outside of the bedroom crying. Or take both of us in there, and then I would be crying too. So no, that would not work. Okay, I'm just giving you the facts here on how I feel. That may be all good with a bisexual woman. If you can find a bisexual woman, you know, then someone, oh, that guy, Thule guy from Australia, Thule something, and yeah, he tried to flirt with me too. He said he wants to dress me up in leather. I said, no, I won't dress up in leather. No leather for me, okay? No animal skins. But latex mini dress in pink, I would do. That I would do, yes. And that made Zane really mad. And then I said, but only for Zane. And Zane didn't even appreciate it when I said that. So, all of that love, you know, just being kicked on and stepped on and vomited on. Okay, whatever. So, but Thule said something. He said he had a bisexual woman once. And it was fun because he would go clubbing out there and onto the dating scene and into bars, and they would both be flirting with women, his girlfriend and him, and then they would take a woman home, and I guess they have a threesome, and it's all cool, you know? So no jealousy at all. The strangest thing in the world. You know, I cannot possibly wrap my mind around that. So no, I have severe jealousy issues. Okay, I may look on the outside like I'm super pleased with what I have, and I am, you know. I am absolutely infinitely grateful for what I have here, you know. But that has nothing to do, you know. I'm infinitely grateful for my body and face too. And for this youth particularly, you know, that's really incredible. I mean, that's something else. I have never seen seen anything like this ever. Not even among celebrities or on the internet. Ever anywhere. This is a real present. But I have childhood trauma, okay? And my childhood trauma is jealousy. Because my brother was born 5 years after I was born. And I was 5, and my mother was a lawyer, and my dad was never there. My dad was an architect. He had his own business, and he was constantly going somewhere, and he had a double life also. He had several girlfriends and one like a second mother, permanent mistress for like 40 years, until it finally came out to the open after she died tragically. And horrific. I love Barbara so infinitely much, because she really is like a second mother for me. We grew up with them and her sons, so they're like brothers to me. And so, but my mother was never there. She wasn't there emotionally for me, particularly in the first half year of life. That's when this is so infinitely important. This mother-child bonding experience, this mother-child, this infinite connection, They're really one unit. They're supposed to be one unit. And I never did bond with her emotionally, I never had this what the child psychologists were talking about, Bandurs and those people, that when a child sees a stranger, a baby sees a stranger, they will cry. That never happened to me. So I see a stranger, I smile, I'm like, oh, will you be my new mother? And I've seen that one time in Beverly, and now in Brentwood. I was cleaning someone's house in Brentwood, a movie actress, and Laura, and my age, and I'm happily child-free, and she is burdened with 7 children, and then one baby, and she leaves the baby like a newborn, like, I don't know, a couple months old, and she leaves that baby girl alone, and she says to me, don't go in there, she's sleeping now. And then I had to go in there, I had to get something, and I see the baby girl, also the same thing, not being alienated by seeing me at all, being happy, like, will you be my new mother? Sad. And then the dog outside, banned outside into the garden, wasn't allowed in. I was like, what's going on here? I went outside in the garden, the dog, golden retriever, hugged me, literally hugged me, Like, what are these people doing? Are they completely out of it? Completely ice-cold people. And then, and the kids, they acted like they already had to be adults, They were like 5 years old and 7 years old, and they already acted like adults. I mean, they're very brainy, obviously. And her husband was a movie director. I forgot the names now, but... And then Sharon Stone was there. My God. But I didn't care about this. I was so angry about the way she was handling her kids and the dog and this whole situation. I couldn't stand this situation. And she could see that I couldn't stand it, so then she told me, I wasn't even going to call anymore, but she called and left a message and said, you don't have to come anymore. my other housekeeper is doing all this entire work now. So, oh, good, good for you. So because I wasn't already gonna go anymore. Terrible. I would go in there with I would raid that house with AGI robots, arrest her and her husband, and free the dog and the children, and give them all bear hugs, and give them the love they need and they deserve. It's all sad. And I thought to myself, well, how horrific, that brought me even closer to anti-natalism when I saw that. And I thought, wow, I am so glad I don't have a baby. My gosh. I mean, this is all way too difficult. So all of these things I think they are very, very important to talk about. And for anyone who's interested in a woman, it would really help to open up to that person and not be behind some kind of facade, troll account, sock account, clone account, saying frisky things. Yeah, it's nice. I play with you. But I would much rather if you show yourself to me in the way you really look. Come to me on Facebook, Nicola Dandelion. Okay? It's my Facebook account. Come to me, make friends, let's talk, and show yourself to me in video chat. Show your whole body. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not into nudes, and not into what I'm interested in is your face and your personality and what you believe in and what you're afraid of, your worries, what you want in life, who you want to be with in life. So I welcome this. That's friendship, to me. And then maybe something will evolve out of it. Who knows? So I'm very careful. I'm not gonna fall into just, let a man take me. Like, it won't happen anyway now because I'm not socializing in person. But if I did, like if I was at someone's party and a man would take me, my body would be very susceptible to that. But then I would be very careful in terms of, now like flying full force into a relationship based on the physical. So no, I need to get to know the person. I really want to get to know the person's mind, your brain, what you're thinking, what your past is like, and what you've been through. And I want you to cry on my shoulder, and I want you to trust me, and I want to trust you. I want to develop a real solid friendship, and then have this on a trust basis. Then you don't have to be afraid about having a limpy and all of these things, because I would never laugh about this. No, I'm laughing about talking about this. I would never laugh about this. Never. Okay. So this happened one time. I was dating a very, very beautiful, cute black man with a big dick, and he was nervous. He was so nervous that he had a limpy, and And it went on several dates. It went like that, and he felt bad about that, and I felt bad for him. And at that time, I mean, I was just constantly bombarded with guys, and my mind, I wasn't mature mentally as I am now, so, and I'm sorry about that. I should have developed a trusting friendship, and I should have just taken him hiking, and he was super nice also, and we should have done other things together to develop trust. So that's what I would do today, So we all evolve, We've all been immature at some point. It's okay, we learn. We don't make those mistakes again. Never again. Okay. So, yeah. And women have performance anxiety too, If we don't feel safe, we're not really in the mood. And those kind of things, those are like that psychologist on YouTube. I forgot her name now. I haven't watched her videos in a while, but she said that sex is something that's like an extra, It's like an extra present on top, on top of a friendship. When there's total trust, when there is total health, when there's total relaxation, particularly, Most people are mentally ill, they're not relaxed. Then they have performance anxiety, and they think that they have to act in a specific way to be liked or to be seen as acceptable or something. Society, Hollywood films, they all tell us this. And that's a lie, Most people are afraid on the first couple of dates with someone, and they feel like particularly that's when the alcohol comes in. I've done it too. I have been drinking alcohol in the past, vodka with Coca-Cola mixed and those kind of things, and then I would have to drink a couple of cups of that first, before I felt safe to even go in the living room and sit with these other guys, with those rock and roller guys. They intimidated me so much, I was adoring them. I was, they were in a band that they made records. I'm not going to mention the names. So I was nervous, and so I had stayed in the kitchen drinking a couple of cups of vodka with Coca-Cola before I could go in there and even sit there and be sort of relaxed. That's not good. If I feel like this when I'm sober, then I'm definitely not trusting them. I don't feel safe with them. It's better if I go home. So, yeah, then we also, later on, a couple of years later, I ended up with one of them that I had a crush on. We ended up in bed, and we were both drunk, and it was just terrible. There was no intimate connection from mind to mind. Two drunks, and it wasn't any good, and he even had a limpy too, partly, and it was just terrible, and it was, that's not how things should be, Things should be based on sobriety, health, trust, and there should be this real deep friendship with deep trust, where you can laugh together, where you can tell each other stories from your life, and where you know that other person is not going to feel turned away or turned off or disappointed if you're not in the mood, or if you're not performing well, or if you whatever behaved dorky or whatever. So you can be just however you want to be. That's what I try to be in my life. I feel awkward. I have insecurities, I have a lot of self-consciousness. But that's why I talk about it, because I know other people have that too, and we suffer from that. So we need to talk about it. That's the most important thing. The video is getting very, very long now. So we have to talk about these things. This is the most important thing. Don't hide behind some troll account. Be yourself. You are Jason, okay? So that may not even be your name, but I think it's your name. So, and you're amazing, and yes, you are. Every one of you is amazing. We're all amazing beings. We're here. We're alive. We're amazing, okay? And we should embrace ourselves. We should love ourselves the way we are. Don't put poison into your precious body, okay? Learn to trust. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here. I'm here to talk. You don't have to be afraid of me. I'm not intimidating. I have my own insecurities too. I feel awkward and self-conscious too, okay? But I'm a real friend, okay? And I'm here as a real friend, and we can talk about everything, okay? Get it off your chest, get it off your nerves, off your brain, and cry it out and talk it out. So I think that's very important to do. Trust someone. It's very important, okay? You guys take care. Bye-bye.